Hey, so I haven't made a video like this in a hot minute, but I'm just waking up. I have to run over to my local city, I guess, because I want to take over some clothes to the Plato's Closet and see if I can't earn a little bit of some extra cash with it. And I thought I would just do a little bit of a get ready with me type of sense. This is my makeup bag, and just kind of show you what I do to get ready. So I went ahead and I brushed my teeth. I went ahead and did my morning skincare, which I just use a couple of road products. I use the milking glaze and then the peptide glaze and then the moisturizer. And I will say, the moisturizer is whatever. I think it's like any other moisturizer, and you could probably get a cheaper deal like CeraVe or whatever, but the glazes, I really like the glazes a lot, and I just feel like it makes my face feel so good, so nice. But to get into my little makeup routine, I always do the same thing, and right now I have a really nice tan going on, so when I have a nice tan going on, I like to use this e.l.f. Halo Glow because it's not as I guess concealed, which I don't really need because the only places I really put anything is just around my eyes because I do have dark eye circles. But in the wintertime, when my tan does fade, I like to use this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Oh. And it does conceal pretty well. And I use this more in the wintertime when my tan is starting to fade. So I just like to take a little bit of this glow serum and just kind of put some underneath my eyes in my problem areas, because if you look at my skin, I really don't have that bad of skin. But I'll tell you something, I used to have a lot of hormonal acne. If I remember, will put it up and show you guys, but hormonal acne comes in the T on your face, and it'd just be a lot of little bumps, a lot of little pimples. And so I actually ended up going to my dermatologist and getting on this medication called Spironolactone. And what that medication is actually a potassium sparing diuretic. And if you know a diuretic, the most common diuretic is Lasix, or in other words, furosemide. And it's more to treat chronic heart failure and to get fluid, or in other words, edema off of you, especially in your legs. If you have edema in your lungs, it can help to get rid of that fluid and you pee it out. But if you know, Lasix doesn't spare any electrolytes. So you're getting rid of your potassium, you're getting rid of your sodium, you're getting rid of a couple other electrolytes. And usually those in the hospital are sometimes doing well, not eating, or maybe have chronic diarrhea or are throwing up. So obviously that can cause other electrolytes to come out of your body, and then you are in a decline of your electrolytes, and you're in an electrolyte imbalance. And that's not good, because if you have low potassium, especially, that's one of the worst ones, I feel low potassium, low magnesium, even low sodium. They're all pretty bad if you get too low, and can cause really bad symptoms. And you just don't want that, especially potassium. You want your potassium levels in a very good level, 3.5 to 5. What my spironolactone does is, the spironolactone spares the potassium coming out. So if someone is having trouble with low potassium because they are excreting too much, then they will get on this pill and get on this potassium sparing diuretic and spare their potassium, maybe a couple other electrolytes. And that just helps them not to create other issues, basically. But get this, it also blocks androgens, and in males, they have testosterone. So that actually creates lower testosterone levels, but in women, it helps, kind of how I look at it, perceive it, with their estrogen levels. And so I got on this pill, and obviously my acne being hormonal, getting on the spironolactone does have a little bit of like a hormonal, what is the word I'm looking for? It can target hormonal, I don't know what I'm looking for, but it helps in my case with my acne because it blocks that androgens. And I will get my computer out and kind of talk a little bit more after I get this. Because obviously I'm horrible with like the mechanisms of actions and all this and that, but I'll read a little bit more to you. So just to give you a way better definition of this medication, potassium sparing diuretics, spironolactone is the generic, aldelectone is the brand name. Potassium sparing diuretics are medications that increase urine output by blocking sodium reabsorption in the kidneys. But unlike other diuretics, they also prevent potassium from being excreted, like I said, from the urine output, thus maintaining healthy potassium levels because, like I said, you do not want your potassium to go out of whack. Big problems can occur. They can treat conditions like chronic heart failure or blood pressure by reducing fluid retention. What they do, they achieve two main mechanisms, one being blocking sodium channels, which allow sodium and water to be excreted rather than reabsorbed, or acting as aldosterone antagonists, preventing the hormone from increasing sodium reabsorption and potassium secretion. This action ends up reducing the loss of potassium in the urine, preventing hypokalemia, which is low potassium. They work in the parts of the kidney tubules, the distal part, specifically the distal convoluted tubule and collecting ducts. Their mechanisms of actions can be divided into two main types, which is the ENAC blockers as well as aldosterone antagonists, which is really cool. So in women, this medication can also help with excessive hair growth that women might be having, like hirsutism, which can cause women to actually grow facial hair, and it can help prevent acne as well as the hirsutism in women. However, it's not really great in males because of that. Aldosterone is blocking something for testosterone, and it can actually cause lower testosterone levels. But that is what I'm on. In other words, it's spironolactone, and I do not have a natural pretty face like this. If I stop taking it, which I have done before, my pimples do come back. So this is a medication I'll probably be on for a little bit. Hopefully I don't have to be on it in my later adult life. Hopefully my hormonal levels kind of go back into a better balance and I won't have to do that. Knock on wood. I really hope that's the case because I don't want to be on this medication forever. And I take it at night. I take all my medications at night. I take Zoloft and birth control as well. And I'm peeing through the night, obviously because it's a diuretic. But I find that it's still the best for me to take my medications at nighttime because it's like, oh, just take it right before you go to bed. They're done and did. I don't try to take them at the same exact time every night. It's just before I go to bed. And I find that is what works better for me. It really is. Okay. Getting ahead of myself. So that was a little tidbit on spironolactone, if you ever didn't know really too much about it, but I'm on that medication for my face and I naturally don't have, I had to get some work done in this case, but I'm okay with that. So next, I put on my little glow foundation. You can't really tell too big of a difference, I guess. I can tell a little bit. But next, I'm going to go in with some blush with this Go-Go tint. It's like a liquid blush, but I also put this on my lips to kind of give it like the same color. I don't like using a lot, but I like to just kind of do that, and then I'll put some on my lips. I have a little vanity mirror right here. I don't know why I'm not using this, but the camera. And then I literally just use my fingers to blend in this blush. I need a little bit more on this side though, I think. And the thing is, I mean, a little amount goes a long way with this type of blush, for sure. Like, I definitely don't need to use that much, and I think it gives me a really pretty color. I like blush because I love having like a little bit of a sun-kissed look. That's why I personally like it a lot. It just adds some more color to my face. But I always put blush on my nose too to make it look like I kind of have like a little bit of a sunburn. Okay. Next, I like to go in with this Halo Blue UT liquid highlighter. This is also e.l.f. If you can't tell, I love e.l.f. products. And they're cheaper too. And I mean, they do me justice. So I like to go in, get a little bit on the applicator. Just put them here in my spots that I like highlighter at. And then I rub it in. I find that I look a little bit better with not heavy makeup. I have tried heavy makeup looks. I wish I could rock it, but I don't. And instead I find that what I am doing right now is the best for me. Next, I'm gonna put it on my eyelids. You might guys think it might be weird, but I don't care. I like a little shimmer on my eyelids. And then I just rub that in real good. So this right here, I'm using the NYX eye pencil. This is the color dark brown. So I find that, me personally, I like using a dark brown eyeliner rather than black. I just think, obviously I have brown features, brown eyes, brown hair, brown eyebrows. I like the brown look, and I think it's a little different, so I like that. And I'm just gonna do a very little bit of some eyeliner. Okay, so I put a little bit of some eyeliner on. Probably not the same exact shape or size, but that's okay. And then what I like to do sometimes every now and again, I like to put some in my inner eye corner. And I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, I don't know if you can really tell. Oh yeah, you can tell a little bit, yeah. That's the inner eye corner look. So now I'm going to go ahead and use some of this superhero mascara. Just put some. I mean, mascara is literally game changer. This, I mean, if you don't have mascara on your eyelashes, then you're practically bald. Your face is bald. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Gonna let that dry a second. I also like to put on this e.l.f. eyebrow gel, just to, this is the completed makeup look. Now I'm gonna brush my hair. I don't think I'm gonna do anything specific to it today. I'm just going to brush it out. I like using this Morphe setting spray. And yes, I know I don't use a lot of makeup, but I don't care. It feels nice on my face, and I like it, and it smells good. And now, another thing, are some perfumes I like to use. So, this is Victoria's Secret's Tease perfume, and I put these, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but here on your pulse points. Oh. And then I just kind of spritz it on my skin. And then this here is a hair perfume, and it smells so good. It's like pear and something else. I can't remember because it doesn't say on here anymore. But oh my gosh, the smell. It's so fresh. Like, I just absolutely, the smell is to die for. I haven't never smelled something so good in my life before. And now, it's time to pick out an outfit.
The way I've been doing coffee stuff. Is it too coffee for you?
I like it. It's really coffee. I would
You
have
could
to
use-
put
you
more
could-
cream or sugar in it.
Well, you could just use less of the espresso powder.
You have an espresso maker?
No, it's just instant espresso.
Oh, I do like that.
And it's blonde. It's like a lighter espresso.
I like that.
Yeah, you could just use less.
Okay. So this is the outfit I picked out for today to go to my little inner city. I have on this cutesy little pearly necklace, and then I have a little starfish ring on. I haven't took this off in forever. My grandma gave me this really cute two-toned watch, and I have a hard time having bracelets or watches fit my wrist, and this is just literally perfect because she was small like me during this time, or during my age. And then I also have this
cute little silver belt that I'm wearing.
We'll go with it.
Okay, so all of these clothes I'm going to take to Plato's, and I have a laundry basket here because you have to take a laundry basket or a basket of some sort to Plato's. They do not accept plastic bags, trash bags, anything like that, so whatever. But I'm going to show you a couple things that I'm going to try to attempt to gift to the Plato's closet. First being this really cute little PacSun black dress. Still has tags on. It doesn't fit me, and I never returned it within the 30 days. I also have this other PacSun sheer long sleeve top with tags on. It was originally $30. I actually got this for $10. So hopefully they'll sell it to me, or maybe a little bit more money. I don't know. Next, I've had these brown pants forever. These are just some brown Hollister jean pants that I'm trying to sell. Hollister. I've actually taken these to the Plato's closet several times and they haven't accepted it, so this will be the last attempt I try. But I've had that happen where I bring in clothes and they don't accept it, but the next time I'll bring in the same exact clothing item and they do. And then a whole bunch of clothes my brother wants to get rid of as well. So these are all my brother's clothing. I'm gonna put those in there first. Then I have a nice good bit in here. Anything that doesn't get sold at the Plato's, I'm going to try to sell them on my depop. It's just another little fun thing that I like to try and do as a little side hustle, just because I like thrifting and finding clothes, but if they end up not fitting me, then I will sell them on my depop.
So we shall see just how much everything sells for. Okay, so fast forward, I went to Plato's closet for all those clothes that I showed you that were mine, and then that big bag filled with my brother's stuff. I ended up making $60 off of it. Of course, they didn't take everything. Like, they didn't take the swimming suit tops or the pink little lounge pants. Ended up taking both of my PacSun outerwear, not outerwear, but both my PacSun items that had tags on them, and as well as those brown Hollister pants. And like I said before, that was like the third time I have attempted to have those pants sold, and guess what? They got sold this time. So they ended up not taking my Altered State trench jacket, and I think the only reason why they didn't take that was because that was more of a winter thing, and we're literally in August, and obviously it's still warm weather, so I'm gonna keep that and maybe try again in the next haul of clothes that I have for Plato's to see if that ends up selling, maybe a little closer to the fall or winter time. But yeah, I mean, I made 60 bucks off of it, which is pretty good if you ask me. I'm pretty proud of that. And if you can tell, I ended up changing into my gym fit. I am now on my way to the gym with my friends. I'm gonna do a little workout. I'm gonna try to run a little bit, maybe do the Stairmaster for like 5-10 minutes, if just depending on how I feel after I run, and then do like a really small arm workout. I'm just now getting back into the gym. I'm always very on and off, but once I get like going and into the gym, I go for about 4 to 5 months, and then I kind of just stop a little bit depending on my schedule, this and that. And right now I'm just trying to get myself back into some motivation. I'm trying to build up my stamina, I'm trying to run. So these past couple of days I have been running just a mile, and I have not been able to run the whole mile in one go. Like, it's just so bad. Like, how much muscle mass, how much stamina I have lost since the last time I have been in the gym. But that's okay. We're gonna get back into it. We're gonna be doing good. I got my Apple Watch on, and I'm really excited to get back into the gym and start some motivation. So I may or may not film a couple of things at the gym. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. But I'm just glad the whole Play-Dohs ended up taking a lot of my clothes. That was a really big deal for me, and the main thing I wanted to do today. So I'm happy about that. I am at the gym. Just ran my 1 mile in like 14 minutes, 30 seconds, and I ended up stopping twice to walk, but all that matters is that I ran and that I'm trying to get back into shape. So now I have these little 5.5 pound weights, and I'm just gonna do a little arm workout, 10-minute thing. Alright, so basically I'm gonna do all those exercises 2 more times and make it 3 sets of each one. And then I think after this I'm going to go ahead and do some calf raises because I like working on my calves a lot. I just love how a good strong calf looks. I just love it.